I wonder whether he can do it. He is basically the one who brought us this disaster. He was the one who failed on the 7th of October when you interviewed me 2 years ago, and he clearly failed all along the way afterward. So basically, in his own words, he said, to expect that the one who failed and broke something will be the one who will fix it is like thinking that the captain of the Titanic, if he would have survived, should get the command of the new ship.
So someone else would be better to make the peace?
For sure. That's my view. Of course, it will be decided in an election. We hope it will be a free and fair election. Some suspect that that's not the case.
Just, you don't think it will be a free and fair election?
I cannot predict, but there are strong suspicion in Israel that Netanyahu is so desperate. He's for the last 9 months at least, he doubled down on the gamble every time that he faced certain challenge. He doesn't act upon the interests of Israel, but upon his personal interest to stay in power. So you cannot predict it, but people tend to believe that if the only way for him will be, and he find himself capable of distorting the election, he will do it.
You told me in an interview 1 year ago that Israel's military objectives in Gaza had been achieved, that effectively they've gone as far as possible. Has the last year, in your view, been a waste of lives?
Yeah, I think that since March, I believe, when he started this new phase in Gaza, was we call it war of deception. Reality is that Hamas was defeated as a military organization more than a year ago. It still have groups of guerrilla terrorists with light weapons trying to kill Israel. That can continue for years. And basically, following this defeat of Hamas, we succeeded in inflicting a major blow on Hezbollah. Then, seizing an opportunity, we paralyzed the military capability of Syria, and it paved the way to successful attack on Iran. And that was the ideal time to announce victory, bring back the hostages, open this new chapter.
What has the fighting over the last few months then, the war over the last few months, do you think, what has it done to Israel's international reputation?
It's killed our positioning in the world. It's huge damage. It will take probably a generation to correct it. In fact, we found ourselves in a situation where I say, Sinwar, he's now sitting down there in the hell, looking upward through the flames.
This is the Hamas leader.
Hamas leader, he sees something he could not believe. In his mind, Netanyahu, with his own hands on the responsibility of Israel, turned Hamas military defeat a year ago into an unprecedented diplomatic and political success. They brought back the Palestinian issue, not through negotiation in Israel, but to be imposed upon Israel, bypassing the negotiation. That's his best dream and our worst.
Now, the future, there's a vacuum in Gaza, a vacuum of power in Gaza. Does an international force need to get into Gaza now quickly?
Yeah, I think that international force, maybe not international, inter-Arab/Muslim force should be there in few weeks, not several months. If it takes several months, Hamas will have a second thought on his readiness to give its arms, offensive arms, at least to the newly built security force. Because the inter-Arab force should enter immediately. No chance that Hamas will dare to shoot at Egyptians who hold literally the oxygen pipe to the strip. They will not dare to shoot at Emiratis who had the purse for the reconstruction. There will be tens of billions along a decade probably. They won't dare to do it. Israel should put only two conditions. Number one, not a single member of the military wing of Hamas can participate in any organ of the new entity. Number two, the final withdrawal to the border will be only once the pre-agreed security milestones are met.
Right.
It's painful but simple, and the only precondition for its success, determination of Trump. Trump might lose his attention to this issue. There is anything from Ukraine to China and the economic system and problems at home. We need the same Trump determined to keep moving toward peace.
Can this Trump framework, do you think it can lead to a solution? And would that solution have to be a two-state solution? Do you think that can emerge?
It will take time. It cannot happen overnight, but the zeitgeist, the atmosphere in the world and the pressure on both sides to find a solution is created in front of our eyes even the last week. Of course, in the long term, two-state solution is the only sustainable one. Any other solution will break. But it will take time. No leader can now propose to Israel go immediately to two-state solution. You need rightness on both sides, and we should see not just Israeli leader emerging, but also Palestinian leader emerging, and hopefully with a zeitgeist that gives a tailwind to sincere negotiation, not just imposing upon Israel a Palestinian state.
Ehud Barak, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.